Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so very much once again for joining me. It's a brand new video. It's Saturday, March 25th. And I want to share with you guys an exciting secret today. Actually 6 different tips that I've used to increase my eBay sales by over 300% in the last 30 days. Between the middle of February to now, the middle of March, I've managed to increase my eBay sales from about $4,000 per month to over $17,000 in the last month. I know some of you are wondering, oh, maybe you just got your limits increased significantly. I did not. My limits last month was 250. My limits this month is still 250 items. I haven't had my limits increased just yet. Last month I had 220 active items in my store, and for the last 30 days, what I've done is to increase my listings to 250 by listing one item every day. I don't have a lot of time, alright, to list items. As you know, I work in corporate Jamaica, so I leave out at 7 a.m. each morning, and sometimes I don't get home until 7:30 in the evening. So I don't really have a lot of time to list, and I also have a family, right? So what I'm going to do is to show you the 6 things that I've done in the past 30 days, and I've managed to increase my sales significantly to over 300%, right? I'm not sure which of the 6 things is most important, right? But all of them are important, so I do suggest that you use all 6, right? And you should see some similar results if you do exactly as I've been telling you and as I'm about to tell you now. So alright, so let's not waste any more time. I'm just gonna get into it right now. I actually have them behind me on my whiteboard. So without saying anything further, let's just go through the entire list of 6 things that I've done in the past 30 days to increase my eBay sales to over 300%, from $4,000 to over $17,000 in the last month with 250 active listings. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do to be able to increase your sales limit or to maximize your possibility of making a sale on eBay is to, I know you have heard this before, is to optimize your titles. But it's not just about optimizing your titles, you need to also optimize your descriptions, right? A lot of eBay sellers out there are neglecting the descriptions, and that's because they have massive dropshipping stores and they are not able to go in and individually manipulate and update descriptions. That would be very time consuming. They're using softwares to just pull the products from different websites and use the exact descriptions, not adding keywords to the descriptions, etc, etc. So take some time, especially if you're a small eBay seller, if you're new and you have small amount of listings under 500 or maybe even under 1,000. Optimize your descriptions for the exact keywords that you have optimized your titles for, and maybe even, if possible, additional keywords that are related to the item that you have listed. Alright, so take some time to optimize your descriptions. Tip number 2 is to be an active seller. What does this mean? Is that be active on eBay, right? Use the eBay app if you don't have access to the computer all day. Log into your store, update current listings if you don't have any more space to list new items. If you do have space to list new items, list at least one item every day. Be an active seller, right? eBay likes activity. eBay wants to see that you're serious about your store and you are online and you're checking and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Alright, so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is to actually add a call to action to the end of your product descriptions. Right? I know not a lot of eBay sellers doesn't do this any at all, right? So maybe, I don't know if I'm the only one doing it, maybe I am. I always add a call to action to the end of my description, right? So after a seller goes to your listing and they check your titles and they check your images, next thing they will do is to check your description, right? The description, especially in the eBay app, you have to click to another page, right, to see the description. When that person clicks to that page, right, and reads the description, you need to remind them to go ahead and buy the item, right? Right, that means they will have to go back to add the item to the cart if they're using the eBay app. So at the end of my description, I always have an icon, right? Big, bold, maybe red icon that says buy now, right? You can link it directly to your add to cart button. I've done that before, but I've also just placed the button at the bottom of the description just to remind them to take action, and I've seen where it has helped, it has worked. Alright, so that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is to actually ask for review, right? Ask for 5-star feedback, right? On all sales, I always ask for a review. eBay allows you to review the buyer, the customer. So you go and you leave a feedback for the buyer, and then when the item is delivered, you should go in. You can send them a message, say, hey, go ahead and leave me a 5-star review if you're satisfied with the sales, if you're satisfied with the product. Most of the time, they will, right? Like 90% of the times, I get a feedback score, so that's probably 90% of all sales I've gotten a feedback or a review on that sale, which has really helped me to rank up in Google searches, in eBay searches, sorry. Tip number 5 is to research and list items that sell and that are selling, right? I've said this before. If you have watched any of my previous videos, I've said research and list items that sells, right? I've also said you go ahead and use a free SEO tool, SEO book. That's the one I use. That's the one I do recommend. It's free and it gives a lot of information such as search results, the number of times an item has been searched in Google, not on eBay, but it's still relevant. And it also gives you the estimated revenue for a particular keyword, phrase, or category, right? So that's very important. So that's one way of researching items that sell. Another way is to go on your supplier's website, right? Do filters based on top selling items, filters based on customer reviews, and pick those items. Then you go over to eBay and see if the items are actually selling on eBay, what price they're selling for. And that's a free and easy way for you to do some good product research to find items to list in your eBay store. Right, so I have 250 items in my store, and I'm pretty sure there are 250 good items that have been selling and that are selling. Alright, so which brings me to the last tip. I didn't want to make this video too long, so hopefully I didn't go too fast. So what I'm going to do is to step out of the way when I'm finished, so you guys can see the 6 steps right here, so you can read them for yourself. Alright, or you can pause the video and take a few minutes to take it in. But tip number 6 is to deliver on your sales promises. What do I mean by that? Is that if your listing says your handling time is 2 days, please ensure that you actually ship out your items after the second day or on the second day, right? The reason for that is if you don't, eBay will put defects on your account, right? Defects can significantly harm your account, right? You get ranked down in search engine when your defects are too high. You will become a below standard seller. You will not be able to be a top rated seller if you have too many defects or a high percentage of defects on your account. So you want to deliver on your sales promises, right? And limit your cancellations altogether, right? Cancellations significantly impacts your seller level, your defects on your account. So you want to eliminate cancellations at all costs, right? One easy way to do that is to actually use a software, SKU Grid. I've spoken about it before. It manages your pricing, it manages your stock, right? So if your supplier goes out of stock, your store will also go out of stock. I've seen where a lot of new sellers don't use SKU Grid or any software to monitor their stock levels, and because of that, an item goes out of stock. They don't know. The customer ends up buying the item, they have to cancel it, right? What they do when they're canceling the item, you can say the seller requested you to cancel, but most new sellers don't know, and they actually say cancel because the item is out of stock, and that leaves a defect on your account, right? And the defect, if your defect rate is over 2%, right, you will automatically be categorized as a below standard seller, and you will not be able to get top rated seller badge on your account, which can significantly harm your account, and your listing limits will not be increased, etc., etc. You can go ahead and read up on eBay defects if you need more information on that. Alright, so those are the 6 tips that I've used to increase my sales by over 300% in the last 30 days. I'm not sure which is more important or which one works best, so I do suggest you do all 6 and you should see some results. Alright, so thank you guys for watching the video. Once again, my name is Kirk Buchanan. If you like the video, please go ahead and like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm getting really excited about doing these videos, so I may even do one more for today. So thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll step back so you guys can take a few seconds or pause the video to read this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.